I ran downstairs, and when I opened the backyard door, his foot, one of his feet was on the bar of the gate. And I said, Khalid, stop playing. This is not a joke. It's not funny. I said, Khalid. And then I got afraid to open the door all the way in case it was my fault that he snapped. But when I looked up, his head was just hanging back. He was gone. And ran downstairs, and when I opened the backyard door, his foot, one of his feet was on the bar of the gate. And I said, Khalid, stop playing. This is not a joke. It's not funny. I said, Khalid. And then I got afraid to open the door all the way in case it was my fault that he snapped. But when I looked up, his head was just hanging back. He was gone. And
First one?
And the first one,
Yeah. No, how when everybody clapping for you.
Oh,
When first
no,
one.
I heard it.
Yeah.
I was still sitting on.
Yeah. But feet.
What did you say? No, this is the limit. What did you say?
This is the limit. And I'm like, yeah. But your feet has it that you're doing this and what is happening that no so many. But we are all in this together. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So is this gonna be like 10 minutes? Or
Yeah.
you can go
Yeah.
until we're done?
No.
10
Just do the
minutes?
10 minutes. Should we get Dia and everybody?
Oh, where should you?
Let's
Sure.
do wait for them. Just ask them to come.
Let's just do it, like, if anyone has any questions.
Yeah. Right.
And then,
And then you.
and then conclude.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that Tasha?
Okay.
No? I'm trying to see who you. Yeah. Oh, okay. You look like someone I know. Ah.
That's gangster.
Yeah, okay.
Let's get everybody.
Then we'll do the questions and question session. Then we'll finish up with the song. So think of a song you wanna sing.
Sure.
Okay.
No, we dream. When you're ready, is ready.
Before we
Get
even
me
start,
the
can you guys make
people.
some noise for this guy, please? Man, I don't see Lolu. Where is Lolu? Did he leave?
I don't know.
Is he on the grass? Oh, he's outside.
I guess one of the ways we'll start, if anyone has any questions to
About the film.
about the
or
film, to
anything.
Yao,
But either from that, thank you for coming. Thank you for experiencing it. It's kind of like the whole idea of it was doing it outside, not only because it's COVID, but it's like it's almost like a rebellion, putting it on places that you're not supposed to be. So for me, it was like, how can I present this in a time where nothing's open, nothing's whatever, and I thought, let me bring it back to how I was a kid, and we're just doing graffiti outside. So I just in this I would love for Lola to come through here.
yeah, say something. I mean,
Say something?
Well, let me ask Lola a question. I'll ask Lola a question.
Okay.
Okay. What would you say is like during the process? What would you say was the hard? Like, would you say there was a hard, like the hardest part of the journey?
Yeah. I think that.
Because you had to cry for 6 hours.
Yes, we shot for a long time, and I think the hardest part of that, as an actor, is to make the feeling authentic every time, every shot, every moment, have it be real, and coming from a real place internally, every time. And because the subject matter is like what it is, you know, Black Boys Don't Cry, and it's so close to my heart, right? So it's like it's almost like emotional Olympics, you know what I mean? It's like an emotional marathon.
Yeah. Would you say you have a problem with masculinity and stuff, or no?
I think I used to, but now I'm like,
Yeah, you're good.
I'm good. Like really, I'm good.
You're good.
Because it's just about each person, and like individuality is so unique for every person. It'd be a shame. It'd be a real shame not to like push the boundaries of like sort of like the conventional ideas of masculinity a little bit, to explore areas and ideas that maybe, you know, aren't as prescribed to masculinity or men or black men,
Mm.
right? I think so much of the world tells us who we are.
Exactly.
And I think it'd be a shame not to push back against those narratives a little bit.
So you had to teach yourself that.
Yeah, I think you have. I think there's just a point in your life where, you know, you see something and you're like, I want it, and then you look around and people are like, are you gonna do that? And you just gotta be like, yeah, and like let go of that expectation that people have on you, or that you have on yourself,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and I think especially growing up in Nigeria, growing up in South Africa, there's sort of like a duality of black men where it's like the good black man, you know,
Yeah.
the guy who like combs his hair every day and he's like, you know,
I used to be that.
dresses nice. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm.
And it's like if you don't prescribe to that one, you're not okay, you
Mm.
know. And then there's the black men that are not okay apparently,
Mm.
and eventually you just have to sort of find your way out of those boxes,
Mm.
I think. And so I decided a long time ago to just be okay with who I am, and to take whatever comes and to explore where I want to explore. Wow.
That's right.
Yeah, and I feel like that's why I think this is important.
Yeah.
That's why I love this film. That's why I was so glad to be part of it and to work with you and everything that you've said and all the conversations we've had. That's why I love this, is because
We just played piano for 6 hours. That piano. What's the artist again?
Strelitzky.
Strelitzky. We played that for 6 hours, and then we had like talks about like what it meant to me and where I want him to go. Was there parts of it where do you think I was pushing you too hard?
not too hard. So I don't think it was too hard because of
I'm gonna release this behind the scenes thing.
Yeah.
Because I think people need to see like
What it was
took,
like?
what it took for you
Yeah.
to get there.
yeah.
You know, so
I don't think it was too hard because I think if you hadn't pushed me, I don't know if I could have gone
yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's because everything needed to be real. It's because it needed to be visceral. It's because when you watch it, we need the audience to feel that.
Mm.
We need that to come across. And so the pushing was just how we got there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was necessary. I don't think it was too hard. I think it was what needed to happen.
Yeah.
But just to make it, I think to highlight something. So we come in, he starts the shooting. It's into 2 minutes. He breaks into the point where he's in tears, and then it's like, okay, cut, and they wipe, the makeup, and it's like action, again, and now he does this for 3 hours, like back to back, cry, stop, wipe, okay, are you ready? Haha, yeah. Back at it again. That level of performance,
Yeah.
I think
I don't think it. I
Even the
feel
film,
like we're just
yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
We're talking it down a little.
it's
Because it was like, there was times where
Yeah.
I would be like, and I think I get like weird because I have the camera in my hand and I'd be like, again. And I was just like, this is not it. We're not there.
Yeah.
And we're at 2 hours, and I remember I stopped it and I said, we're acting. It's amazing. We are acting. Look at us. And after I was like, I don't want you to act. I need
Yeah.
you to become.
Yeah.
So it was cool. It was really, for me, I don't think I'll ever get that day again. that day was, I don't know, it felt spiritual. It felt like there was more in the room, you know? And I just like, you know, I think everyone was in tears except for Trophy.
I was looking back, so I didn't let them see.
But it was one of those. It was one of those. And it was like, there was only, how many of us were there? There was Cassandra, Trophy, actors,
Yeah.
and me. So
Yeah.
five.
Cool, yeah.
Five of us.
Five. And it was just like,
And Kaya was crying real tears too.
oh,
I saw
yeah,
that.
Oh yeah, and it was amazing to see because they had to wipe Kaya's tears down. The makeup artist had to wipe her tears down and then just let's go again. So it was definitely an interesting
But
3
also,
minutes.
Yeah.
But also to add, it's also, yes, as much as he's saying, yeah, he was saying run back. The thing is, he says let's go again, but in the moment when he holds the camera and is talking to Lolu, it was poetic. He was directing him with words, almost with like poetry, describing the moment, and it was beautiful to see as he describes what's in his mind. Lolu switch his face and change, and that beautiful dance. It wasn't the typical director of you know, cut, let's roll, and then sitting on a chair, but it was a beautiful dance, and he's holding the camera while he's shooting the face. And there's one part which, if you allow me say, he goes onto the camera, he pulls it back, Lolu's dropping a tear, and I look at Yao, and there's tears coming out of his eyes, and to see like the beauty in that process and to be in that room to hold that story is something special. And that's for anyone who's interested in film, the youngsters and art, to just like,
I feel like there's artists in
just
the room.
go.
Though.
Oh, yeah.
Just put your heart into whatever art you're doing and just like go. Because to watch that, that's beautiful. Because we're talking Black Boys Don't Cry, and he's crying in that film. I was the one who had to turn away and be like, I'm not crying. Because I'm supposed to be the tough guy. But of course I dropped a tear. But to watch that moment, to see someone shed their tears in their art, in the moment of creating something like that was beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that, like, I think working with Yao is, you know, it's not, it's, you sort of went above and beyond the thing that you would expect from a director. You know what I mean? I feel like one of the things, you know, watching the film, maybe you see.
Was it what you were expected?
I don't know what I expected.
You know
I
that's the
mean,
12th version, right?
That's the 12th version?
That's the 12th version of this. So I went crazy and I just couldn't, I tried to cut it and I just cut it. And I just was like, I think Trophy has seen 6, he hasn't seen another 5, but there's like, I just couldn't, not that I couldn't figure it out, I have 12 different versions of how this was supposed to look.
Yeah.
So I just went crazy.
Yeah. But like to that, right? Like your style of directing, it's not like a sit back kind of a thing. You watch the film and you see me being vulnerable, you see Kaya being vulnerable, but you don't see the director. He's there with us being vulnerable in the room. He's shooting it and he's in the same emotional place that we are all in. It's not a thing where it's like he's like watching the story from over there, right? And he's sort of like moving the pieces. It's like he's a participant in the process of the story, a participant in the telling of the story, a participant in the creating of the story. And I think that's something that I treasure from you being a director, because I know that's not an experience you get every day. Like there's a lot of laid back directors, and that, you know, you went above and beyond that, even before creating the space for us, you know, being welcoming and hospitable. Like you created an environment where we felt comfortable with you, you know what I mean? Like we went out to eat, you know, we were talking, sharing our hearts so that we could get deep. You know, like we couldn't get to that point if you hadn't set up a space where we were like cool with each other, where we could really say what we needed to say, you know, to each other, you know, person to person, like here's what I need, this is where you need to go, and share our hearts with each other. I feel like you created that atmosphere for me, for Kaya, to go deeper, you know, and I don't think that can be understated, for sure.
If I may ask, also, if anyone has a question or like you want to say something, just go crook, crook. And then, you know,
Yeah, if you don't do that noise, we will not
acknowledge.
take it.
Yeah, crook, crook. I want to ask, for me, it's very beautiful seeing our men be vulnerable, talk about their emotions, their feelings. I have a son, and glory. He's busy on the phone. This is your only time. But and so it's like you were talking about that it was spiritual, and what was that healing? And for you too, even just like hearing about it, right? If there was healing, what was that? And if there was that that moment of shedding, that moment of crying.
For me, I think it's something that I battle with, being like vulnerable, other than doing it in art. Like, I can do it in art, but let's say my grandfather died, let's say my cousin died, I didn't cry. So it's like those kind of things. It's like, why can't I break my whole thing? So I guess it's just like, and I guess that's where I'm storytelling now. I'm asking myself questions of past issues, or asking myself to like go deeper in what I want to create, and ask myself why, and then find that avenue of whichever way I'm gonna do it and present it. But yeah, so I think for me it was just like, damn, like, I'm still going through this. I can't really go to therapy, but I could.
Why can't you go to therapy?
Because the money. but I can definitely write, and I can definitely create, and I can definitely try and figure it out. So I'm just like, let me go deep. Let me try and figure all this out. So I'm just trying to create in that way, and I'm blessed to have the people around me be as talented as they are, to go with me in this journey. So, and today was blessed. Like, honestly, remember what I told you. Today was blessed.
There he is.
But yes, so in that I think we'll just try and say goodbye.
Yeah. Just before we leave, it's funny how the destiny is interesting. We had all these big stuff set up, and all the cameras, and everything was set up with the best company in town, and somehow the internet link is not working.
So you guys got a special thing.
No, her guy told me it's working.
The big floater had like blown away. But I was asking the universe, like, how do we just receive a blessing and the thing that we set up has fallen? But in the moment, I hear the universe say, no, I'm giving you a special moment, because what you've done is not what I need to say thank you for Yao, right? And instead, what we need is an odd moment, a special moment where we'll carry this story of the night we came to watch a film outside and ended up inside talking, listening, laughing, worrying at some points. But we're here, and this is ours, and no one can take that away from us. No matter what they do, this is our moment, and this lives forever. Just because someone decided to tell a story, a deep story, to say that we are human beings. And that's why I'm forever grateful to Yao for what he's done, and for humanizing us through story. And that's for everybody. When we came in and we were trying to figure ourselves out, you kept us dreaming, man. So thank you.
I'm really, really inspired by John Cassavetes right now. I think that man is brilliant. I'm really inspired by still grew up with my mom. My mom is amazing. My mom used to like sit me down and watch all black and whites, you know. So I have a history of like just knowing them films, and then like the first time I ever saw Marlon Brando was, you know, and I was just like, wow, like there's this world that black and white does, and I think we just kind of like we skip over it because it's old. Where I'm like, it's old, give it to me, you know, because I just want to. I feel like research and knowledge, like Miles Davis says they make classical music, and we don't want to touch classical. That don't make sense to me. He was in the library learning it all. So then when he went to do jazz, it was like, why is his knowledge so high? You know, and I think that's one of the greatest artists of ever. You know what I'm saying? And it's just because he took an extra minute just to learn. So for me, I'm just like, whoa, I need to learn as much as I can. I need to be as much as I can. I need to live as much as I can. And like I told Kelsey, like I told Kelsey is I live hard. So I'm trying to create, and I'm trying to create high. And
That was glory.
Yeah.
and what's it called? Like I was saying the other day, I said in Europe they used to make when you go to Europe and you look at all the buildings, they used to make art for gods. We don't do that no more. I think we gotta do that. We gotta create high. You know, like if we can catch the sky, let's do it. You know, I don't know.
Okay. Why is nobody making this?
Huh?
Where'd that confidence come from?
Confidence.
I don't think it's confidence. I think I'm scared, so I have to run towards it. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say the same thing. I don't necessarily think it's confidence. It's like my life. It's like if I didn't do this, I'd be dead.
Yeah.
So I gotta do it.
I gotta do this. And it almost feels like that every time. Like it feels like you're putting your life on the line every minute. So it's like, damn, like if my life is on the line, let me go.
Do it.
No, let me fight like no other, bro.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know.
Sometimes slow, sometimes fast. We don't know.
Got another one.
Oh, we got one more?
Okay.
Oh, we popping out here. No, make the sound.
History and ties to the community here in Kelowna. Was there a specific reason why you chose to premiere here rather than?
I did it in Vancouver, but I did it in Kelowna. I wanted it to be like pure. I mean, in Vancouver, I wanted it to be pure. I wanted it to feel like a night of graffiti. Here,
I asked for it. I asked for it.
let's
Yeah.
be honest, that's what he did.
I asked for it. I said, please, because you walked in these roads and so many people didn't get to see you, the eyes that needed to see you, and the inspiration that you did. I'm like, just come. Come, let's tell that story here too.
You know Basement Heads?
Yeah, well, I've known Yao
Oh, well, then never mind.
for 1 years.
Oh.
Like, for me growing up in Kelowna, I didn't have a lot of black influence. He was one of the first creators I ever met. And
Oh.
ever since, you know, and I think it's really special this being here and like being in a room full of black people, black creators, artists, you know, everyone. I just thought it was really special.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel the same way because I came here in 2011, and y'all know if you were here in 2011,
No,
there
yeah.
weren't that many black people here. It's different now.
It's built way different.
It's different now. And I went to university here at UBCO, and this guy taught me dance. And it was and I saw him and I was like, oh, like, you can do this. Like, you can really
And that's exactly why it was important to celebrate Yao for Black History Month. Because, no, I'm just gonna say it because of the yeah, right?
Yeah.
Can we
Like,
give him a round of applause, y'all?
yeah. And even like he's so like he can look at my sister's Instagram and he's like, how's Iseli? How's Charity? You know, like you just feel people, you bring people together, you bring different ages together, and it's beautiful. So
Yeah.
I can't believe you have that thing still. I can't believe you still have that.
Oh, we rock it this stuff too, you know what I'm saying? That's where placement, yeah.
I don't think it's a celebration of me. I think we should. I think it's just it's cool to come together and celebrate art. Yes. Right, Winston? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's good. Go ahead.
Though the road may get so dark when we move, sometimes slow, sometimes heavy, we don't know. Sometimes we gotta go when the moon is high. The world's so tired and we don't know what to do. But we dream, oh we dream. I'm feeling heavy and I don't know what to do. But we dream, oh we dream. Dream. But love is in my face and I cannot complain. The things you love can make you tired as well. But love is in my face and I cannot complain. The things you love can make you tired as well. So we dream, oh we dream. We dream. Oh we dream, oh we dream. Dream. I think to end this night, it's important, like in the spirit of Yao, to keep going, to keep dreaming, to dream crazy. Especially for you young ones who are coming up. You have like a special light about you. And yeah, you don't know who you're touching, you don't know whose doors you're opening. But tonight we're able to have a beautiful night because Yao dreams. So go out there and dream crazy. It's never too late, it's never too early. Just dream, and make your dreams a reality. Let's feel the beauty in your heart, that beauty that you share for yourself. Just put it out. Even your tears are beautiful. They tell a story. Even when you tell us of how you went through sadness and you managed to find another day to smile, tell us that story in your language. Speak your truth, whether the world likes it or not. The universe will be grateful to you for buzzing in the right frequency, for bringing balance back, and for giving us the best that is story, that you lived, that you are here. So dream, and make it real. Thank you very much. Yao. Thank you everyone for sticking with us, for allowing the time flow and the universe do its thing and destiny bring us here for this special moment.
Now time for champagne?
Yeah.
Champagne.
Thank you. And thanks to our tech team who made this work anyway, so thanks, yeah.
gate. And I said, Khalif, stop playing. This is not a joke. It's not funny. I said, Khalif. And then I got afraid to open the door all the way in case it was my fault that he snapped. But when I looked up, his head was just hanging back. He was gone. And I ran downstairs, and when I opened the backyard door, his foot, one of his feet was on the bar of the gate. And I said, Khalif, stop playing. This is not a joke. It's not funny. I said, Khalif. And then I got afraid to open the door all the way in case it was my fault that he snapped. But when I looked up, his head was just hanging back. He was gone. And I ran downstairs, and when I opened the backyard door, his foot, one of his feet was on the bar of the gate. And I said, Khalid, stop playing. This is not a joke. It's not funny. I said, Khalid. And then I got afraid to open the door all the way in case it was my fault that he snapped. But when I looked up, his head was just hanging back. He was gone. And I ran downstairs, and when I opened the backyard door, his foot, one of his feet was on the bar of the gate. And I said, Khalid, stop playing. This is not a joke. It's not funny. I said, Khalid. And then I got afraid to open the door all the way in case it was my fault that he snapped. But when I looked up, his head was just hanging back. He was gone. And I ran downstairs, and when I opened the backyard door, his foot, one of his feet was on the bar of the gate. And I said, Khalid, stop playing. This is not a joke. It's not funny. I said, Khalid. And then I got afraid to open the door all the way in case it was my fault that he snapped. But when I looked up, his head was just hanging back. He was gone. And I ran downstairs, and when I opened the backyard door, his foot, one of his feet was on the bar of the gate. And I said, Khalid, stop playing. This is not a joke. It's not funny. I said, Khalid. And then I got afraid to open the door all the way in case it was my fault that he snapped. But when I looked up, his head was just hanging back. He was gone.